welcome back. We are seeing the Java 8 date and time API. Previously, we have seen local date, local time and local date time classes. Also, we have seen duration and period classes to measure a time difference. Now we will see zone date time. Whenever we need internationalization of date and time, we should go for zone date time. Zone date time is a date time with a time zone in the ISO 8601 calendar system. You can see the example on screen to understand how it will look like. Now this is the time and this will be the zone ID. So to specify a particular zone, we can use the zone ID class. You can see some zone ID examples, and now I am on the ZoneId Java documentation. These are a few examples given here, but there are a lot. So let's move to the Eclipse and we will see a good example for zone date time. Okay, so I will create one class here and let's give it a name, zone date time example. Add the main method. Okay, so here we will be printing the zone ID as well as zone date time. So I will be printing the current system default zone ID first. So I will write zone ID, let's say ID, zone ID, and there is a method system default. So it will print the default zone ID. Let's add a sysout statement and ID goes here, save it, and we will run it as a Java application. Okay, it is printing the current system zone ID and it is Asia Kolkata. Now let's print the zone date time for this particular zone ID. So zone date time from java.time and ZDT time now, and let's pass the ID here. Okay, you can see there is a method now. Let me show you. You can see this is the method now and it will accept zone ID. Okay, and I will print it. Okay, so this is the current system default zone ID and current system zone date time, but we can use the local date time to get the similar output, right? But we can also use the local date time class to get the output of current date and time. But the purpose of this zone date time class is to get the time from particular zone. Like you can see it is specified here that it is a time for Asia Kolkata zone. But what if I want time for America Los Angeles zone? So let's create a zone ID for America Los Angeles. So zone ID, and let's say ID 2, zone ID of, and you can pass a string here. So let me pass America / Los Angeles, and now I will create a zone date time. Let's say ZDT2 now ID2. Okay, and add the similar sysout statement. Now I will add a few sysout statement so that we can differentiate between the current time and zone date time for Los Angeles. So here I will add Okay, now I will run a Java application, and you can see this is the current system default ZonedDateTime, which is for Asia Kolkata zone, and we have printed for America Los Angeles zone. So you can see the difference between time here. This is how you can get the ZonedDateTime for various zones and various zone IDs available. That's it for this video, and we will see another concept in upcoming video. Thank you.